Hello, I'm Scott Monfort, Extension Peanut Agronomist with the University of Georgia. I wanted to give you an update on the peanut crop situation in Georgia as we move into the middle part of September. Now, to kind of give you a brief idea of what the crop started like and what we thought it would be throughout the whole season, we got off to one of the best starts that we've had in the last several years. We had high hopes that this potential of the crop would stay that way through the entire growing season. However, like always, Mother Nature tends to throw us a little curveball, and it has caused some major situations to develop through the growing season, and one of those is the lack of rainfall. Now, 50% of our crop is irrigated. If we look at just the irrigated crop, that potential as far as yield goes has maintained itself through the growing season, and it looks pretty good. But the non-irrigated crop is what we worried about the most. It has gone through much of the growing season through July and August without any rainfall. And this has severely crippled the peanut crop in some areas where they have very little yield or none at all. Now, that's about 20 to 30% at the most of that non-irrigated crop. The rest of it can be anywhere from having a light yield to having very good yield, depending on where they were at and how much rainfall they've had. So that's where we're at today. We're still trying to find out how much of the non-irrigated crop we'll actually harvest. And part of that is how much of that non-irrigated crop has been affected by other issues like diseases, insects, and how that might affect yield and quality too. So this non-irrigated crop is, again, where we're most concerned for the growers in the state. It's roughly 50% of the acres. And if you look at, we've planted 770,000 acres in the state of Georgia. And so you can just see that's a large percentage of the acres. And we're just going to have to wait as we begin this harvest to kind of determine where we're at and what the average yields are going to be. If you looked on the National Ag Statistics website, it has us in there at 4,600 pounds as far as the state average. We're not going to make that. We're going to be somewhere in between 36 to maybe 4,000, maybe a little bit, maybe 4,100 pounds at the best, I think, for this year. And that has a lot of the industry worried now because we've had higher exports of peanuts from last year and the lower yields, and so we're wondering if we're going to have enough supply to meet the domestic demand going into next year.